On today's show, it is that time of year, and that means Robby Kalland of CBS Sports is joining me for the first installment of our Over-Under series, and it's coming up right now.
You are Locked On Hawks, your daily Atlanta Hawks podcast. Part of the Locked On Podcast Network. Your team every day.
Hello, friends. Welcome to episode 2060 of the Locked On Hawks podcast. I am your host, Rowland, coming to you on a Monday evening here in late September. And I want to encourage you at the top of the show, as I always do, to make Locked On Hawks your first listen each and every day. Check us out. Subscribe to the podcast. Anywhere you find your podcast, we are on YouTube, we are on Apple, we're on Spotify, and also please leave comments, ratings, reviews, likes, etc., and tell your friends about this podcast as well. Every year on this show, we focus in a 6-part way on the over-unders across the NBA landscape. It's kind of my hack to preview the entire NBA, and I do so with my friend Robby Kalland, now of CBS Sports. Robby's joining me today for, again, part 1 of what will be a 6-part episode between now and tip-off on opening night. And today is the Pacific Division, and we'll talk about the 5 teams involved in that division, what they kind of look like, and then we'll kind of hook it to over-unders with our friends at FanDuel Sportsbook. So stay tuned for that. Also on the Hawks front, while you're tuning in here, the Hawks open training camp in a week. Media Day is Monday, so we are less than 1 week away from Media Day. Also, the Hawks announced today that Ante Saleh, the general manager, will be speaking to the media on Friday. So we got actually a little bit of an advance on Media Day, and things are getting rolling very, very soon here. On the podcast, we never went away. We've been diving into the Hawks all summer long, and we'll be doing that much more in the future. But in the meantime, a little bit of a reprieve from that, and we'll dive in right now with myself, Robby Kalland, CBS Sports, on the Pacific Division and over-unders. I am joined now by an old friend, former boss-ish, now back at the mothership, CBS Sports. His name is Robby Kalland. Robby, what's going on?
Pleasure to be here. We're back. This is how I know the season's about to start. This is it. This is my prep work. This is how I get ready.
We are back. As I'll probably have said before we are talking now in an intro, a couple of these I'm going to save for when I'm overseas in a bad spot at a bad time. But we're going to run this first one, I think, pretty soon because it's that time of year. But this is the over-unders. We're going to do them by division. Yes, divisions don't really matter anymore, but that's a convenient way to put things together in a usable form.
Yep.
I did a Real GM radio podcast recently with Wes Goldberg, now who hosted because Danny finally retired. And we laughed about the division concept on the podcast. But it was like, it works. It allows you. It's little chunks.
Well, yeah, it keeps you to 5 teams, especially when you're trying to keep them to, shorter hits, shorter form episodes. It's tough to do a conference in 30 minutes. It's
not possible. We'd have to do one take a piece, and that would be it for that. So anyway, preamble out of the way, we will plug all the things later on. But the Pacific Division is coming up first on this podcast. There's a team, as we'll talk about in a second, that has some uncertainty still, even in late September as we're recording this. But we're going to go in order of kind of best to worst in the FanDuel projection. So all the numbers here are according to FanDuel Sportsbook, our sponsor on the podcast. Check out FanDuel. The Lakers are the leading team in the Pacific Division. Mm-hmm. It is currently at 49.5 wins for the Lakers. Last year they won 50. They, of course, made a small trade during the season that no one talked about. But they also had the biggest differential between their win total, 50, and their point differential, which was like a 45-ish win team. So they had some good fortune along the way, even though a lot changed. Robby, I mean, there's a lot to get into here, but they didn't really do that much this summer. It's just kind of like the full season Luka plus a little bit of others. I mean, they made some moves, but it's also like trying to factor in like what in shape Luka and all those things kind of mean here.
Yeah, I was actually a little surprised this was sub 50.
Me too.
I was honestly, I was kind of hoping this would be like low, like 52, something like that, because I would probably take the under. This feels pretty close to right, if not honestly a little low. Like you said, like Luka for a full season, when Luka was in Dallas, like he kind of was a bellwether of just like you're gonna get close to 50 wins. Like that's just how good he is. Like if he's healthy, and he looked great at Eurobasket, and just seems to be in a good spot. I think, he came over and was shaky, to be honest, for the first few weeks that he was in LA. I think it took him some time to get, that was obviously such a shocking trade. I think mentally, he was kind of getting over that. Physically, he was still getting back from the injury. And yet they still were a good team. It'll be interesting to see how they look with, obviously DeAndre Ayton, I think, is the big addition. It's him and Marcus Smart are your two big additions. Dorian Finney-Smith, your
Sir, Jake Laravia slander will not be tolerated on this podcast.
With respect to Jake Laravia. You're looking at, those are your kind of main additions, and your biggest loss is Dorian Finney-Smith, which is not like which is not nothing.
He's really the only guy they lost, by the way. It was really it's DFS and a bunch of like deep bench guys. They really didn't lose much of anything else. It was kind of like
old friend Reddish is now overseas.
Yes, he is. But yeah, they basically traded DFS for DeAndre Ayton, Jake Laravia, and Marcus Smart, and Adu Thiero, who's their rookie kind of top 40 pick. So obviously the roster is better now, especially when you factor in Luka. I have a number for you on Luka, by the way. Please. They went 18-10 last year with Luka in uniform, which is a pace above this, above 49.5. Also, they had a plus 8.4 net rating with Luka on the court. And Luka, I think I agree with you, was not like full-fledged Luka last year. No. So they were already good with him, like very good with him, and he should be better, and the roster is better. So it is weird. You and I have been doing this for a long time. It's always strange to think that the Lakers number might be too low, because that just never used to happen. It used to just be like they'd almost intentionally put it four wins too high.
Yep.
And now they're not really doing that anymore. The only downside, I'll just mention it, LeBron's older than me. So if LeBron is not LeBron anymore, that would be a big thing. But he was, sixth in MVP last year at age 40?
He's still LeBron. Like, until proven otherwise, he is still, at worst, an all-star caliber player. Like, that is the floor for him, is like a 26-6 guy at this point. Like
he has to show that it's not.
Yeah, I have to be proven otherwise, because people have been trying to await the demise of LeBron for famously more than a decade. Not happened yet. So
no.
Yeah, I'm with you. This is kind of an over for me, and like not just like a little lean. Like this feels a little low. Like I think. Like from a number perspective, like I get why it's here, because there are injury concerns, but I don't know, Ayton is a big upgrade over Jackson Hayes. I know people are down on DeAndre Ayton, but
down on DeAndre Ayton here. You're right. You're right.
However, he is 2 tiers above Jackson Hayes in terms of centers in the NBA. Like he's a legit starting option. Is he like a high level starter? Debatable, but like he is a legit starter. Jackson Hayes not a starter.
That's correct.
So,
and by the way, he's still on the team. Jackson Hayes is the backup still. So like,
right. And so like Jackson Hayes as your backup, fine basketball wise. DeAndre Ayton as your starter when you have Luka, and you have like, I think it can work pretty well. I mean, we saw when he was with Chris Paul was when he had his best years. Just somebody to kind of rein him in and get him where he needs to be. I think he'll have that with Luka and LeBron. I think that's something that he needs, the structure to be at his best for the team, to be at his best personally in terms of production. Like he wants the ball. He wants to be able to take weird, like 8 to 12 foot mid-range shots. He wants to, that's not where he's best impacting winning. But like people act like this dude's never impacted with, like he was good for the Suns when they went to the finals. Like he was not like, it's not like they went to the finals in spite of him.
Yeah.
He was a legit, very good player on that team. I don't know if you can coax that level out of him. I'd be surprised, but I do think he will be solid. He was solid to end the year in Portland. I don't know how much you take away from all that, but I do actually like the situation for DeAndre.
Yeah. No, I think you're right. I'm probably a little bit lower than you, but I wouldn't bet the under. I would lean over. I'm worried about Ayton a little bit. I'm worried about LeBron a little bit, not very much, but a little bit. Yeah. And they were mostly because of health. Like he played 70 games last year. That's what I think what happened to LeBron is like he just get hurt more than he'll be bad.
Sure.
Like I can't imagine him being bad. It's just that he might get banged up.
Yeah.
And but yeah, I wouldn't bet the under. I certainly would lean over on the Lakers. Today's show is brought to you by 5 Hour Energy. Caffeine just got a flavor upgrade. 5 Hour Energy shots deliver tasty caffeine in 17 bold flavors. Each 2-ounce shot packs the caffeine of a premium 12-ounce cup of coffee, plus B vitamins and nutrients with 0 sugar and 0 crashes as well. What I love most about 5 Hour Energy is how portable and convenient it is. Big taste, tiny shot. You can actually take it anywhere and get that boost when you need it. I always reach for my favorite personal flavor, which is watermelon, because it's refreshing. It's that quick lift that I need before a busy day or even during the day, honestly, or even late at night when I have to record podcasts, etc. At the same time, though, I have been eyeing a new one, and that's strawberry banana. It sounds like a perfect one to try next for me. I love how fast it kicks in and how it's sugar-free, so it gives me that juice that I actually want and that I need without having to worry about crashing at all later. Enough with the boring, flavorless caffeine. It's time to give your caffeine a flavor upgrade right now with 5 Hour Energy shots. Get the favorites right now that you need or that you love, or be bold, honestly, and try something new if you want to in store and online at 5hourenergy.com. That's 5hourenergy.com or on Amazon today. Next team on the agenda is the Los Angeles Clippers. A nice, boring couple of months for the Clippers. This is an on-the-court show. The only thing that we'll mention is I don't think Kawhi's going to get like suspended or anything. So he'll be playing.
And I mean, here's the thing: I will honestly be surprised if this investigation is done before the end of the season.
Somebody reported it was like going to be post All-Star.
Supposed to be post All-Star, but I don't even think that's like the Sarver investigation took 10 months.
And yeah, so anyway,
I think that was less confusing and less like routes you need to go down to investigate. This has, as Pablo Torre continues to find out, he there's an awful lot here. So
there is an awful lot, but
I honestly think the Clippers go through the season, nothing happens.
Right. If basketball-wise, I think it's going to be kind of the same. Yeah. Their number right now at FanDuel is 47.5. Last year, they won 50.
Yep.
And the roster is better, ?
Yeah.
So they they're very old. That's the thing. They added a bunch of old guys. So other than John Collins. They had John Collins, who I think is underrated now. They had Chris Paul, who is 1,000, but was really good last year. Bradley Beal, Brook Lopez. They lose Norm Powell, who was awesome last year. Keep that in mind.
Borderline.
Other than that, they lose Ben Simmons, Patty Mills, Amir Coffey, like not a ton else.
They lose some other old guys,
besides Norm Powell. What I will mention before I throw it to you.
Yep.
Obviously, Kawhi played 37 games. I don't know how much he's going to play. No one knows that. That's part of the deal. But James Harden played 79 games. Ivica Zubac played 80 games.
Yep.
Those are their best two players last year, not Kawhi, for the season. It was Harden and Zubac that were really driving them.
Harden was like All-NBA, wasn't he?
Yeah. And Zubac was right there too. They were extremely healthy. And again, Norm Powell was awesome.
Yeah.
So some things went right for the Clippers last year. Beyond Kawhi not playing, that's the only thing that didn't go well was Kawhi not playing. But man, this is a weird one because like if they have reasonable health, like it's an easy over. I just don't know if that's a reasonable thing to project for an old guy team.
Yeah, it's fair. But I mean, like you look at like the depth and it just feels like they can still win 50 with, a couple guys out. I mean, like
they have 11 guys. Like I had to do this writing.
How many
years
in a row have we talked about the Clippers like this?
Well, it's great. I had to write this piece for Fansided. It was about like the best deep bench basically in the league, and I did the research. They have 11 guys who are like comfortably top 7, 8 guys on every team in the league, and they have 11 of them. That's a good spot. Like their worst player out of the 11 is maybe like Chris Dunn, who like was good last year and is a great defender. Yeah. Like maybe it's Nick Batum because he's old, but like no matter what you say, they have 11 real guys on this team.
Yeah, God, I hate having two
overs right out of the gate, just right in your eye hole. But I actually do wonder this. I don't know this for sure. I wonder if this number would be higher if not for the Kawhi off-court stuff, which is bizarre.
I wonder if that's holding. Yeah, but like no, I don't think anything happens. I really don't. Like I don't know if people are expecting like, hey, they're going to void the contract in the middle of the season. Like that's the other thing. It's like I think this investigation goes all the way to the next offseason and they make a determination in June.
Here's my question to you on this front.
Yep.
Even if they took Kawhi off the team entirely, how much would this number drop?
How much would or should?
Good question. Either one of those types.
I'm going to say would drop to 44.
I would destroy
I think
the
it
over.
should keep it 46. I think it should move maybe one.
Like, again, they won 50 last year with Kawhi playing 37 games.
I'm with
And
look,
like
I'm
he may not play more than that.
I think you pencil him in for 40.
Even if he let's assume he plays 40 games. That's kind of this number still makes sense. It's not like they're projecting him to play 70 games with this number.
Nobody should.
So it's an over for me. And look, maybe the injury, but maybe Chris Paul just is done now. That's possible at his age. Maybe Beal's the same guy he was at Phoenix, which is derogatory. He was not very good in Phoenix. But I just it's a good team.
It's just they're
well coached too. Ty Lue's good. Like
I'm with you. I think John Collins is really
John Collins is good, man. I mean, and also I know I'm a homer, whatever, on John Collins. He also fits beautifully with Brook Lopez, beautifully.
Like that back, that bent. Honestly, he fits well with Zubac if they need him up there.
He does. It's going to be fine. We're over. Yeah, I'm over
on the Clippers.
I'm worried about back-to-back overs, but we'll have to figure this out. All right, the next one's the Warriors. This is the team I alluded to earlier that's a big incomplete right now. So they're currently, the number at FanDuel is 46.5 on Golden State. Yeah. Last year they won 48.
Yeah.
They were 23-7 with Butler.
Yep.
But as of this recording in late September, they've literally just done nothing this summer officially. They lost Kevon Looney, which matters. It was their backup center, starting center, whatever. Yep. Jonathan Kuminga, we think was going to come back on some contracts. Everyone knows this, but they have Al Horford lined up. They have D'Anthony Melton lined up. They had Gary Payton II lined up, apparently.
Yep.
Those guys are not signed as of this recording. And I wonder what you think about all this, because we're doing this early. Mm-hmm. I think the assumption should probably be that they get all these guys. Kuminga comes back, Horford comes, Melton comes.
Yep.
But what do you think about this? And you can also just punt. If you want to punt it, that's fine. We can punt it. But it's just
it's I think you're operating under that. Here's the thing: if there was genuine concern from Al or Melton or any, I think we already would have. I think they've asked for some clarity.
Yeah, there's been a little whisper here and there, but nothing.
It's hey guys, what's up? But I think that's just more understanding of hey guys, can we I'd like to sign the lease on this place. It's something like that. It's I got family.
I need a place to live and famously cheap to live in San Francisco.
Right. It's I think it's just I think it's more just guys, what are we doing? But I expect Kuminga to be back. It might be on the qualifying offer.
Could be.
I will say my concern with the Warriors is and this is going to be fitting for me, it's going to be what are the vibes going to be like on that team? It's weird. If Kuminga's back, he knows they don't want him. He knows that.
Steve Kerr is clearly not a huge fan. By the way, Jimmy Butler was bought in last year and they got paid, but you never know, Jimmy. He might just at any point might just tap out.
The thing with Jimmy is you also, they went 23-7 with Jimmy last year. How many games does Jimmy play? Jimmy doesn't play more than 55 to 60.
And so, I have a note actually that Steph and Draymond played 68 plus each, and that's not a given anymore at their age. You can't expect more than that at the very least from Steph and Draymond. They played 138 games combined. I'd probably bet the under if you maybe choose over under on those two guys playing that much again too. Yeah. So it's a weird one.
This one's a stay away from me because again, the ceiling here is a 55 win team. This is there's a world where just Jimmy and Steph and Draymond are kind of a buzzsaw.
If they're all healthy and Horford plays 65 games and
they could be nasty. It's a stay away from me. But there's certainly a world where this is combustible.
This is obviously everyone understands this. If Steph gets hurt for any length of time,
it's cool.
I know that there's a theory that maybe Jimmy. I think we saw last year. Jimmy can't carry it anymore. Jimmy is a number 2 now. He is not a number 1 anymore. Yeah. No shots to Jimmy. He's a great player. He's not a number 1 option on offense anymore. He's just not. So, and obviously every team losing their main guy hurts, but they have no. This is the team arguably of all the teams. They are built so entirely around Steph on offense.
Yep.
That they can't do anything else. They don't function when he's not playing. So
let's just stay away.
I'm also on stay away front with Golden State for all those reasons. And hey, look, if Al wants to come back to Atlanta,
Hey,
Al, feel free.
door's always open, brother.
They got the biannual to offer Al anytime you want. Come down, Al. It's fine. Today's show is brought to you by Monarch Money. People can't even name their financial accounts or even what they're worth sometimes, whether it's 401ks, properties, or investments. If you have the full picture, actually end up leaving money on the table, which we don't want to do, obviously, and that's why there is Monarch Money. It's the all-in-one personal finance tool that brings your financial life together in one clean, easy-to-use interface, either on your laptop or on your phone as well. And Monarch Money is built for people that have busy lives like myself. If you've been putting off organizing your finances in the past, Monarch is definitely for you. It does the heavy lifting for you. You can link all of your accounts in minutes, see clear data visuals, get smart categorization of your spending, and finally feel control of your money without ever touching a spreadsheet yourself. For me, I linked all of my accounts, Monarch Money, and immediately spotted some costs that I could probably avoid paying and easily get rid of. Canceling those commitments alone, saving money each and every month. You can maximize your investments, increase your savings rates easily, and review your finances with your personal life. And when it comes to your partner or even your financial advisor, and generally keep clear of your financial health all the time, both in the short term and in the long term. And do not let a financial opportunity slip through the cracks. Instead, check out Monarch Money and use code LOCKEDONNBA at monarchmoney.com for half off your first year. That's 50% off your first year at monarchmoney.com, and that code is LOCKEDONNBA. All right, to the Sacramento Kings. This is a different tier of team. The first three teams are all playoff projected. The last two in this division are not. The Kings are at 34.5 wins, according to our friends at FanDuel. Last year they won 40.
Yep.
They did lose De'Aaron Fox midseason, but they actually went 16-18 without De'Aaron Fox.
Correct.
Granted, they were trying. Now, Hawks fans know this because Hawks were sweating out every game because of the draft pick that they got from the Kings. The Kings were trying the entire way. There was no rebuilding. They were trying, and they're still. It seems like they're not entertaining a rebuild of any kind. Still,
they're trying
to win.
They're giving our old friend Dennis.
I was going to say, here's the rundown of what they did. Their big addition is Dennis Schroeder, who they clearly prioritized. Like, he was the guy they wanted by all counts. Other than that, they didn't do much. There was two rookies, Nick Clifford, Maxime Reynaud. They brought in Dario Saric. They brought in Drew Eubanks. They did lose Valanciunas, who was pretty good for them behind Sabonis.
Yep.
They lost Jake LaRavia and Trey Lyles. So it really is Dennis is the big addition, but everything else they got worse, not better. And I will note this as well. Zach LaVine is not my favorite, but he was awesome with the Kings. Like, he shot the heck out of the ball all year last year, really. Even in Chicago, he shooting the ball incredibly well. I don't know what to do with the Kings other than this feels low to me because they're trying.
That's they are. This is what we do this every year with the Bulls too. Like the Kings.
And by the way, we will again with the Bulls again.
And we'll do this with the Bulls. But like, they're going to try. Like, they don't want to tank. They've been too bad for too long to want to do that. I don't know what to do with them. They're like, if you took the under, you will be sweating this out all the way through late March and April.
The only way this is like a solid under would be if Sabonis got hurt.
Yes. Which
he doesn't really get hurt.
He doesn't get hurt very, like, he played. He played. He had a wrist injury once.
He played 70 games last year. That was like his low for like a 5 year. Like, he always plays, and that raises your floor. It does. DeRozan's not the same guy he used to be, but he plays all the time too.
Well, the question about the Kings for me is, like, DeRozan doesn't want to be there really.
I mean, there was a little bit of noise. You remember this now back from like April about Sabonis was like, what are we doing here exactly? And then nothing changed. So unless he just loves Dennis Schroeder, I don't know if Sabonis is super happy either, but he's still there. I don't know. There might be some vibe issues. Also, Doug Christie, I'm not sure is good. And he's their head coach, which is a little concerning for me.
Yeah, it's not.
That's why I wouldn't bet the over.
Love to pull a guy out of the local announce team. Like,
I think Mike Brown is good. Not incredible, but good, a professional NBA coach. I don't know if Doug Christie is. He might be, but I don't know.
TBD.
So that's what would scare me from the over. Yeah. Like, actually, like, investing in the over would be the coaching uncertainty and just the general, like, what is this team doing again?
Yeah, the Doug Christie hire was the most, like, college hire I can recall. Like, let's get the franchise legend in here. Let's get the boys fired up to play for the Beam team again.
Agreed. And also, they didn't have to keep him. Like, I understood, like, making him the interim, whatever. Sure. You probably shouldn't fire Mike Brown in the first place, but the vibes were really bad at that point in time. I get it. But, like, they didn't even do a search, it seems like. They were just like, oh, Doug Christie's our guy. It's like, really?
He went 16-18, baby.
Without the De'Aaron Fox. I mean, and look, I'm not the biggest De'Aaron Fox guy. I'm really not. Like, he's obviously good. But, like, he he is a lot better than what they have. Like, and I think the team made more sense when he was on it than without him. So
I will say, I would lock up the over if they change their name to the Koenigs and just put everything in German. Because if you tell Dennis he's playing for Germany, he's like a top 10 player in the world. So
if Eurobasket Dennis was on this team, it would be an over.
I think they need to consider some things in Sacramento. They need to see if they can get a little German vibe for Dennis, because it's really unbelievable. I feel like we can talk about this here. It's a Hawks podcast. He's a Hawks legend. Our friend Tim Bontemps brought this up on the Hoop Club. Like, Dennis is a Hall of Famer now, like almost a lock.
I think Tim is more sure about this than I am, but his point is
I wrote about it too. Like, I looked in, like, it's the numbers are like.
There's a whole quibble about the Basketball Hall of Fame, like, which I agree with, by the
way.
Like, it is kind of crazy. But
but he's going to be an international selection.
They also
not going to be NBA selection. It's going to be international selection.
But they also, I mean, go back to the Kings. They also they really wanted him, and they really need him, because like, other than him, they have Malik Monk, who's not a point guard, who they clearly don't. By the way, they're trying to trade him all summer long. They have Keon Ellis, who's really an undersized 2. They have Devin Carter, who they seemingly don't want. This is the new front office. They just drafted him a year ago. They simply don't want him. Like, I actually posited the other day that the Hawks could trade for Devin Carter, because the Kings don't want Devin Carter anymore, it seems like. I don't know, man. It's a team that the vibe could be bad. Yeah, but I wouldn't bet the under, just because of Sabonis and the fact that they're going to try. So
I need an under.
We'll find one. I have one coming up right now. In fact, right now. Last team on the agenda is the Phoenix Suns. Just rancid vibes in Phoenix. The over-under at FanDuel is 31.5 wins. That's quite low, but foreshadowing, Robbie, Brad has the under on the Phoenix Suns. Here's the lost and gained. They lost a small name named Kevin Durant. He's not there anymore. They also lost Bradley Beal, Tyus Jones, Monty Morris, Cody Martin, Mason Plumlee, etc. They add Jalen. They add Jalen Green, Dylan Brooks, Mark Williams, Kamen Malawach, Rasheer Fleming, and Kobe Brea. So they got younger, which is usually a sign when you're going to lose. Yep. They got younger, and they got Jalen Green and Dylan Brooks, who I do like. Dylan Brooks is a winning player, even though his antics are kind of separate. But Dylan Brooks is good.
He's a regular season winning player.
Dylan Brooks is good. But I have always been low on Jalen Green. I remain low on Jalen Green. And I don't think Jalen Green and Devin Booker make sense at all together. No. They're on the same team. By the way, quietly, and this might be because they were just rough last year, Booker was not very good by his standards. So he was still obviously a good player, but he had a down season last year. I don't know, man. This also, speaking of, like, this is the first time head coach. They have a GM who was a Georgia Tech basketball coach not that long ago. Like, I get how this number is 31.5. I'm not saying it's like a slam dunk under, but, like, man, I would be on the under if you made me choose.
God, it feels low.
It does feel low, but, like,
there's still, like, it's one of those teams where you look at the roster, you're like, there's some talent there, but
I mean, is there though? Like, really?
Like, if, like, I'm probably higher on Mark Williams than most.
Mark Williams is fine,
he's also never healthy.
He's not healthy.
And if he gets hurt, they got nothing.
If he gets hurt, it's Nick Richards and a rookie. Like, they have no power forward on the team. I mean, Ryan Dunn, I guess, is kind of a forward.
Your guy.
He can shoot. I do love Ryan Dunn, but, like, they currently have 0 point guards, and zero power forwards. Yeah. And it's like, that's kind of an odd way to build a roster. Like, you're right. I think the talent, like the sheer, like, okay, these are the players, but they don't make this. This doesn't make sense at all.
It doesn't make sense. It's
first time head coach too. Again, and to be fair, first time head coach does not mean you're bad. Sure. It just means that you could be. Sure. If this was Frank Vogel or something, I would not have the under. Yeah. I don't think. I wouldn't probably have the over either. But, like, this is a first-time head coach who, by the way, they only hire because he went to Michigan State. Now, granted, he's qualified. I don't want to pile on Jordan Knott. but he's a Michigan State guy. That's why he's on the job. So I don't know, man. Under. Give me one. Maybe I'm just trying to find an under, but I don't.
Yeah,
like
no, I lean. Oh God, yeah. They don't. So here's the thing.
Here's the thing. Always a good place to start.
Okay.
Here's the thing.
So here's what would I think help the under view. They owe their first round pick they only keep their first round pick if it's in the top 8.
Yeah. Now the only reason why I don't think that matters that much is because their owner doesn't want to care about that. Maybe they figured out that they shouldn't try to win, but they're still trying to win, aren't they?
They theoretically are. However, they don't have any firsts.
No, they need to keep that pick.
They need to keep that pick.
And but they also didn't make they didn't operate this summer like a team trying to keep that pick.
They did not. But if Booker
gets hurt or something,
if they have 16 or 17 wins going into the deadline,
they won't try.
Then you probably feel good. If they're at like 23 wins or something, like if they're like 500, like maybe they're.
Oh no! If you're 500 at the deadline, you're in trouble, which is fine.
In trouble.
I think the baseline is just really low. I don't.
I'm with you. I don't.
Maybe Jalen Green will figure it out, but I'm not piling on Jalen Green. I promise you.
It doesn't feel like the right place for. It doesn't feel like the right situation for him to figure it out.
If Devin Booker wasn't there, I would understand this way more from a Jalen Green perspective, because it's like, all right, team's not ready to win, fresh start. I would like it more for him. But you're on the team with Devin Booker, who is like the way, way, way better version of you.
Correct.
Like that's too simple, too simplistic, but still. And also the other guys who we just to say the names on this team, we mentioned they don't have point guards, or they also have Grayson Allen, who's a shooting guard who is going to play. Dylan Brooks is like a 3, but Royce O'Neal is like the starting 4, even though he's not really a 4. He's like Royce O'Neal's like 6'5". He's next to Royce O'Neal. He's not a.
But that's my thing is they have these guys that they can move at the deadline and just get worse. Like
they should.
You can, but that's what I think they should do. We'll see. I don't know what Brian Gregory's strategy is.
I can't believe he's the GM. I can't believe he's the GM. I'm sure I know there are Tech fans listening to this podcast. I cannot believe Brian Gregory. Brian Gregory is the GM of the Suns.
Absolutely unbelievable. We don't know what his philosophy on team building is. We'll find out. It appears to just be get some guys.
I mean, that's not the worst philosophy in the world. Just get some guys.
He's just getting some guys. What position do they play? Who cares? Get some guys.
Shooting guard. They all play shooting guard. All of them.
We're building the whole plane out of 2s.
Under Robby. I'm telling you that right now.
Yeah, I'm fine with the under. I would not place
not a best bet. Not a best bet.
Earned dollars on the over. That is for sure.
No, not a best bet for me. I don't think.
No,
but certainly
under. We can't have 5.
Of this division, my favorite under is the Suns.
I would agree with that.
I would not even consider playing the under for the Clippers. I wouldn't do it for the Lakers either. Consider playing I don't think I'd play the under for the Lakers either, but Clippers for sure. Warriors, I kind of get both sides, but I wouldn't be itching to play the under by any means. No. So yeah, give me the Suns under, and
there we go
today.
Love that.
All right, Robby, that's going to be it for our first division. It's the Pacific. We've done it. Only 5 more to go. Thank you for your service, my friend. Follow Robby and the Puntcast. Number 1. That's the number 1 thing on the agenda. The America's only hostless podcast.
That's right.
The Puntcast. Also at our Kalland on social media, and click around at CBS Sports.
Just hit a few.
Where you've made a name for yourself as the buyout king. You are the buyout king now at CBS Sports.
I am the buyout king. If you want to know how much it'll cost for your college football team to fire somebody, I've probably written about it.
To find it, just search Robby Kalland and your coach's name. You'll probably find him. All right. Thank you, Robby. As for everybody else, please stay tuned for more on the podcast coming up. Subscribe, and we'll see everybody next time.